Hey guys, welcome back. Jordan here at the Nutty Gnome Homestead. I was out here walking through my orchard and I noticed something and I wanted to let you guys in on this. We have here some blooms on one of our pear trees. Now, I've already checked the rest of the orchard. We've got blooms on pear trees, we've got blooms on plums and apple trees right now. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what's the big deal? You want blooms on your fruit trees in the orchard. Well, the big deal is it is October 21st. So that's the problem. So I'm going to get you guys in close. We're going to talk about this problem and how to fix it and what you should and should not do to take care of this issue to make sure you get fruit next year. Now here you guys can see on one of our pear trees, we got some blooms. Now there's about 100 blooms on this pear total, and several of these have already been pollinated. They've already got little fruit growing on them. This has been going on for a little bit. I don't get over here every day, so I didn't notice this until I was on the mower. Now guys, these beautiful blooms are detrimental. Right now, especially here in the fall, they're going to be taking resources away from the tree when it should be sending all of its energy into its roots before it goes dormant this winter. So what we're going to do is we're going to pluck these off. I know it goes against everything in you to do that. See, a couple of these have already been pollinated. We're just going to pop all these off. Breaks my heart. There's close to 50 or 60 blooms on this side of the tree alone. There probably been a couple hundred if we'd let this go. Now, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to prune these off. This is where your fruiting wood's going to be, your spurs are going to be for in the spring. Now, not all of these have put off buds yet to bloom, but a lot of them have. This is going to reduce our yields next year. Hopefully not too terribly much, because we're getting on it before they get too big. You also don't want to fertilize. You might think, okay, cool, I might get a second crop here. We got a long growing season. Well, unfortunately, we just don't have long enough for this to be occurring right now. So we're going to pop all of these off of here. I did bring a ladder over here with me. Most of these trees are still supple enough that I can manhandle them. Now, why does this happen? Unfortunately, we have had a very, very hot, dry, humid summer. We ended up with about a month of unseasonably cool weather right in the middle of that. These trees were stressed from the summer heat and no rain. So they thought when it cooled off for 3.5 weeks that it was time to wake up from their dormancy and it was spring. So that is why this happened. Now, I've seen this before. It does happen in a lot of orchards. Some folks will just let the frost take care of it. Small orchards like this, we've only got about 4 dozen trees. We can go through here and we can hand pick all of these off. That's not that big of a deal. So you don't want to let these try to produce fruit this time of year, late October, almost into November. They're not going to have time to produce. It's going to take resources away from the tree. They were stressed all summer. We don't water our orchard. Only our new trees that we plant, we give them a 5-gallon bucket of water a week, but that's it. So the rest of these trees, they've been doing fairly well. But as I said, this isn't just specific to our pear trees. I've got apple. I got a Wolf River apple over there that had probably 50 blooms on it. I've got Italian prune plums that are covered in blooms as well. So it's crazy. It looks like spring out here. So if you guys have an orchard or fruit trees and they're starting to put off blooms, there's no reason to concern. Just get out there, get those blooms picked off. Your tree's a little bit confused because of the weather we've been having. Your tree's going to be fine in the spring. So take those blooms off. Make sure you don't try to fertilize this time of year, and you'll have more fruit in spring. So till next time, get out there, check out your orchards, guys. There's no excuse not to be walking your ground. See what you got going on. Y'all stay safe.